We will now do Spring 2012 Math 115 Test 2 Chapter 5, Number 5, Number 6. Number 5. Consider this graph. What is the x-intercept? The x-intercept, if we look at the graph, that's -5, 0. Now I don't want you to answer -5 only. I want you to give me the coordinate. For the y-intercept, it will be 0, -4. Now the slope. Let's say the slope. The slope will be equals to, or usually we call that m, right? You can use the formula if you want using these two coordinates. You can also use the graph. What does the slope mean? If you start from the left hand side going to the right one, how many units you need to go down? In this case, you go down 4, right? And then you run 5, right? You down 4, run 5. Okay. Now, of course, you can also use formula. Let's see. If I use the formula, what will happen? If I use the formula, -4 minus 0 over 0 minus -5, right? Which will give me -4 over +5. That's the slope, the same, right? Now let's see, what is the equation in slope-intercept form? And this will be y equals to the slope x plus the y-intercept, which is -4. Okay, this is for number 5. Number 6. The equation of line A is 3x minus 4y equals to -21. Line B, another line containing 2, -4 is parallel to line A. Now notice that if two lines are parallel, then the slope must be equal. Okay, now let's see. Part A, the equation of line A. Write the equation of line A in slope-intercept form. We have this in general form. To make it slope-intercept form, what I will need to do is to solve for y. Divide both sides by -4. So I get y equals to 3/4 x plus 21 over 4. Now the slope of line B, remember again, line A and line B are parallel. That implies the slope of line A is the same to the slope of line B, right? Now let's see, the slope of line B equals to the slope of line A, which is, if we see above, the slope of line A is 3/4. Now let's take a look on part C. Find the equation of line B. We know that the slope is 3/4, so the equation of line B is given by y equals to 3/4 x plus a constant. Now then I will use the coordinate inside in that line B, 2, -4, and I replace that -4 equals to 3/4 x. I'm sorry, 3/4 times 2 plus b. And I move the 3 halves to the left hand side. Either you change them into fractions or mixed numbers. You can make it into fractions, but let me make it into mixed numbers here because I think it's easier for me. It's -5.5. In other words, the equation of line B is given by y equals to 3/4 x minus 5.5. Okay. Now the y-intercept of line B, therefore given by that thing 0, negative 5 1/2, or you can also say 0, negative 5.5. Okay, now let me do a little note that may be useful for you in Math 125. Okay, line B is parallel to line A. First, we can say that the slope should equal. Now the second one is the one a lot of people don't realize and may be useful for you in Math 125 and on. Notice that if two lines are parallel, let's say this is line A and this is line B here, notice that the slope are the same except for the constant. Okay, now if you can see here, you see that the line A and line B have the same slope, but the constant part are different, right? Now you can see that they will be having the same slope but different y-intercepts. That's for line A and this is for line B. Okay, now the third thing that I would like to mention is this: when two lines are parallel, then it will retain all the structure except the constant. In other words, if line A has this form, then line B will retain the structure except the constant. Okay, now let's go back a little bit. Notice that line A here has this equation. Now because line B is parallel to line A, I expect that this line B must have this. I'm sorry, this is negative 21. Line B must have 3x minus 4y equals to a constant. Okay, let me call that constant 2. Now, how do I find that constant? I will plug in 2, negative 4. 3 times 2, 4 times negative 4. This is 6 plus 16 equals to C2. That's 22 equals to C2. In other words, line B will be given by 3x minus 4y equals to 22. No fractions. Now, they may look different, but if you change this into slope-intercept form, you will see that this is actually the same to that one. Okay, you can try, but I will leave it here. That's for Spring 2012 Math 115 Test 2, Chapter 5, Number 5 and Number 6.